You're thinking about quitting. You're thinking about giving up. You are folded. This is for you. When you feel like giving up, don't. When you're thinking about giving up, don't.
Keep showing up. If no one invests in you, invest in yourself. If no one believes in you, believe in yourself. Even if you don't see the results right away, keep showing up until you do see the results. Even if you don't see the results for a very, very long time, keep showing up.
When you're working on a dream, at some point in time, a transition takes place. And the transition is what you are becoming in pursuit of the dream. Because even if you don't get the dream, you become such a strong and powerful person because you've now developed yourself in such confidence and such competence in how to deal in the arena of life. Once you begin to discover who you are, then you really realize how you have been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth, including all the dimensions of your life. But you can only do that through the struggle of life.
The first thing we did was we dreamed, we wrote the dream down, we rehearsed the dream, we looked at the dream, we talked about the dream, we slept with the dream, we woke up to the dream, we wore the dream, and now boom, it's our reality. Failure is not an option. You can't even let it speak into your brain, not even a second. You have to know that this thing is going to work. Prepare for high water. Whatever it is that I set out to do, it may not happen in 6 months, it may not happen in a year, it may not happen in 2 years, but at some point, my dream is going to become a reality.
If you dare to be great, if you dare to do something that you've never done before, if you dare to go to limits that you've never went to before, they will remember your legacy forever. Everything you're going through is preparing you for what you ask God for. Because the process is necessary. You may not see it now, but when He gets you on the other side of it, you're gonna see exactly why it went that way. But quit tripping during the process.
There were no role models. It didn't matter. I was built different.
You should be proud to be born with something off-center. Something different from the rest. You should be glad you have a mind of your own. To have the courage to never follow a path that was paved for you, but instead choose to pave your own.
You are different. That is your greatest power. Don't you ever forget that.
You can do anything you want that you have passion for, because that eliminates most of the crap. Because most people don't follow their dream. You know, like they say in The Sound of Music, you can't have a dream come true unless you have a dream.
If you go outside with no destination, what do? You wander around. Once you don't have a destination, you are going to wander around. You cannot get in your car without a destination. Where do you drive? The same thing I was in. So you have to find your purpose.
Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. You've got to find what you love, and that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become.
What does your dream look like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? The problem with some of y'all is you want somebody else to support your dream. It's yours. I don't owe you a dime. It's your dream. If you wanted to have it, get your butt up and make it happen.
For you to fulfill your greatest purpose,
here on this planet, in this lifetime, you have to have multiple deaths to immature versions of yourself so that you could be reborn as a stronger version of yourself. That's how the process goes.
If you wanted to have it, rise and grind.
Whatever you do, practice not being casual. You've got to shake off sometimes the lethargy that would say, oh, well, maybe it's not going to work for me. Don't be casual. Casualness creates casualties.
The way through the challenge is to get still and ask yourself, what is the next right move? What is the next right move? And then from that space, make the next right move and the next right move. And not to be overwhelmed by it, because you know your life is bigger than that one moment. You know you're not defined by what somebody says is a failure for you, because failure is just there to point you in a different direction.
Basically, you can't skip steps. You have to put one foot in front of the other. Things take time. There are no shortcuts, and but you want to do those steps with passion and ferocity.
I go through the motions.
The hero has to be a monster, but a controlled monster. Batman is like that, I mean, it's everywhere. The future exists. We can see it even though it's only potential. We can adjust our behavior in the present in order to maximize our probability of success in the future. How best to do that? Well, the idea is something like, don't hesitate to offer the ultimate sacrifice.
Do you hear me, kings and queens? We all have a story to tell. Are you holding on to yours? Are you sitting back listening to the echoes of doubters that never went after their dream? It's time for you to raise your voice and step up to the plate right now.
Don't take reality. I'm telling you, that dream that you had way back when can become true. And it can become your reality.
Make today count. Every day. Go forward. Don't hesitate. Step forward. Get after it.
How do we come to know ourselves in terms of our personalities and, more importantly, potential? You can learn to kind of watch yourself like you're watching a stranger, but you have to adopt a position. It's a position of radical humility, I would say.
So if you ever find yourself manipulating your language when you want to give up on something, if you want to say it's because this, because of that, because another reason why you're falling by the wayside, check yourself.
Everyone's brain is noisy. It's what it does. It makes thoughts. And the problem is, I think in most of our lives, the root of suffering is following that brain noise and listening to that brain noise and actually identifying with it as if it's who you are. That's just the noise your brain makes.
Unfortunately, when we ask why, it doesn't lead us towards the truth about ourselves. It leads us away from it.
Quit fondling your ego. I know that you or anyone can only work so much, and the rest of the time you are left with your thoughts. But when you work, or before you work, you have to empty your mind and concentrate on what you are doing. After you do something, it is done, and that's that.
No matter what you gain, ego will not let you rest. It will tell you that you cannot stop until you've left an indelible mark on the earth, until you've achieved immortality. How tricky is this ego that it would tempt us with the promise of something we already possess?
Perseverance is what kicks in the moment it gets hard. Perseverance is what kicks in when your mind attempts to manipulate you and tell you that you don't have what it takes, that you've done enough, that it's over, that it doesn't take all that.
There's greatness in you. And you've got to learn how to tune out the critics outside and the critic inside. And since I'm going to do this, I'm going to harness my will. Be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind with the mindset of that it's possible.
You see, you change your life more by the way you perceive it. If you create a new story and you start to believe it, not the victim or monster, be the hero and you'll find a more useful meaning than the voice in your mind. No more begging, strong instead. The king is back and will reign.
When you set out for a goal, expect it to happen. Expect to be successful. Expect it to be positive. If you can expect it, if you can wake up feeling like a winner, if you can wake up talking like a winner, if you can expect that everything you do will come out winning,